Okay, a lot of people wondering about the Emmy noms. Well, they are out. Ted Lasso, you guys, nominated for Outstanding Comedy Series for the third year in a row. Jason Sudeikis and 4 other cast members were also nominated. Ted Lasso will also be facing off against Abbott Elementary. Stars Quinta Brunson, Sheryl Lee Ralph, and Tyler James Williams, all up for awards. Jenna Ortega picked up her first nomination for Wednesday. It's also nominated in the comedy category. But will it be a Succession sweep? The show leads the pack with 27 nominations. Every single major cast member, including Brian Cox and Sarah Snook, were also nominated. But could Pedro Pascal and The Last of Us pull an upset? Jennifer Coolidge is also up for another Emmy for The White Lotus. She won her first award for the same show last year. Now, the Emmys are scheduled to air in September, but some say the show could be postponed if the writers' strike continues. And I want to get to the writers' strike. Erica has a really valuable point. I want to let you know 3 Emmy noms for Vanderpump Rules.
It's amazing.
Can you believe it?
It's amazing.
Never has that happened.
No, but only the producers, I found out, get the Emmy. Not like, so Sandoval's not going to get an Emmy.
But I bet the cast will go.
Oh, yeah, they probably will. Wow. They probably will.
Well,
good for Vandy's.
Some of them. It'll be Ariana. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe Lala, too.
Okay, yeah. And then Succession, I have to say, Cousin Greg, who I love, nominated. Jerry got nominated.
Is Skarsgård nominated? Isn't that Andrew? He is nominated too?
Whoa,
I don't
is?
Does this feel a little intellectually lazy?
Yeah, to me, yes. There's a million shows out there. Hulu, Netflix, whatever your favorite is. There's so many shows, and you take 7 or 8 from one show, and they've done that multiple times. I think in one category, it's Abbott Elementary versus Succession.
It's White Lotus versus Succession in one supporting actor.
Come on, man. Yeah. Everyone is the greatest on that one show? I don't think so.
Well, yesterday was the baseball All-Star game. And there's obviously teams that are in first place and last place.
Right.
But they're players from each team, that represent each team, because even though your team might have a losing record, you might be having a great season. And I would find it weird if just the 2 first place teams had 10 players in the All-Star game. Right. It would really just be those 2 teams playing. Wouldn't you think that over the course of a whole league, if you look at television that way, that there would be players from every show, this producer from this kind of small that's how you used to find out about shows.
I agree. But I'm going to play devil's advocate on that.
Please.
It really speaks to the power of a very strong ensemble, because when you have players, when you're really working within the chemistry of a show, it elevates everyone. So it stands out more than when you have one star athlete. It's like I'm looking at the Denver Nuggets, and every time someone would have a conversation, it was like, we play as one. We're playing as one. It's all about the unit. So I think when you have...
But the All-Star game wasn't just Denver Nuggets.
Not the All-Star game, the actual championship. They won because they kept talking about... I'm talking about the idea of one person being a standout versus when everyone around you is an all-star, and how that catapults the entire project. I think that has to do with it. I also think it has to do with what was the selection that people sent for consideration, because that's important as well. It's not like people are just in a room deciding, well, this show gets nominated and this person gets nominated. They have to send something in order to say, like, in for your consideration.
Right. But they do kind of advertise for themselves. When you're driving around Los Angeles, you do see billboards that say, for your consideration, you know, the bear, or you know.
But there's a package.
But will we even see it? Will there be even an Emmy Awards?
So that's where my concern lies, because, you know, as much as we talk about award shows, whether you love them or hate them, it is the, you know, the celebration of the culmination of sometimes your life's work. And for a lot of people, this is the first opportunity to get to the next place. Like, this is the first time that they're being invited in. And a lot of doors open because of that. And if there aren't writers, because the writers aren't being paid fairly, and the actors in solidarity are walking out with the writers, then it also is victimizing the victims, because we all benefit from their work, and no one should be asking anyone to work for free for any reason. So I hope that this writer's strike can be resolved with fair wages for everyone.
Good point. Okay. Larsa Pippen, this is a juicy story. Larsa Pippen is speaking out about dating Michael Jordan's son. So Larsa, who's 49, has been dating Marcus Jordan, who is 32 since last year. On their podcast, Larsa said she was left, quote unquote, traumatized after MJ said he didn't approve of their relationship. Larsa is the ex-wife of MJ's old teammate, Scottie Pippen. The two have since had a public falling out.
Yeah.
Albert?
This is a rough, because I think it's so hard for people to kind of understand what's going on. It would be like if my ex-wife, Jenny, who I love, started dating your son, Miles.
That's crazy.
That is the equivalent of what we are talking about.
But we're not nemesis.
But if we'd had a falling out at the end of DBL. Yeah, nemesis.
Nemesis?
It's really messy and it's really ugly and it's really weird. Is it illegal? No.
You don't like it?
Is it? I don't like it because if they do get married, her last name would be Larsa Pippen Jordan.
Is that like a curse? You can't do that?
No, it's the backcourt for the Bulls. It's very strange. It's very
It is. I don't like it.
You two are Chicago.
And I don't like them pinning Michael and Scottie against each other.
They didn't do it.
Come on, I don't want to break up the band. I mean, it's not that bad. Now it is. Now it is. Now
give up the dream. They've been giving shots back. It's been.
I don't want to believe it. But now dating the daughter or the son, yeah.
But see, that's not the story. We already knew that. It's not the story because that's old news. It's been over a year at this point they've been together. The story is that Michael Jordan, for the first time, acknowledged that his son was dating Larsa Pippen, and he said, when asked, do you approve? He said one word, and that word was no. So the idea that she would be traumatized by someone saying one word when she has said many words seems like an excellent ploy for reality television, and that's why we love to watch your messy ways. Because a reality TV star, as she is, Real Housewives of Miami, love that show. You have to have the perfect sense of delusion, entertainment. You have to be in on the joke even when the joke is on you.
And she is.
And she is. Okay. They have a podcast.
All right,
I don't know if it's a joke, though. This is Scottie's life.
That was a good, that was a good
All right,
tip,
we don't have an hour to break down Scottie.
He's just a great two-way player, and he needs his moment.
Nobody talking about Scottie.
I'm always talking about Scottie. He's very underrated.
Who do you want to be, Michael or Scottie? That's the thing.
Shout out to Scottie.
Well, we're not going to dump on Scottie. Scottie's been dumped on enough.
Okay.
All right.
Shout out to Scottie. We're getting a first look at Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka in the new movie titled Wonka. The film looks at how Willy got started in the chocolate business. Timothée is being compared to Gene Wilder from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and even Johnny Depp, who played a creepier version of Willy. We also get to see Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. Check it out.
So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know that I am a perfectly respectable size for an Oompa Loompa.
An Oompa what now?
Allow me to refresh your memory.
Oh, I don't think I want to hear that.
Too late. I've started dancing now. Once we've started, we can't stop.
What do we think?
You got to address what's happening.
Yes, so let's
address,
Yes, we talked about this earlier, whether or not we think that Hugh Grant should be playing the role traditionally as a little person that we saw in the Gene Wilder version and the Johnny Depp version. However, I had a change of thought because earlier I said that role should have gone to a little person. Maybe the little people don't want. I don't know. I wish I could somehow talk to, I know there's an agency in LA that represent a lot of the ones that work in entertainment. Maybe they want to get away from that. I don't know.
And it looked like obviously there's some CGI going on. These aren't just little people. These are miniature.
Right.
Like not, so that could have, if you take somebody and you shrunk them down, I mean, that's not a little person.
Right.
That's a CGI character.
But they are little people in the
traditionally,
yes.
But they were almost like live action little people. That seems like a CGI little person.
Well, obviously, yeah. But it goes back to the saying, you have to be this way in real life to play this part. That's kind of what we're getting at. I still say no. I know a lot of people get offended by that. If you put someone in there that is a little person, I hope we're saying that right because we said it 100 times. But if you put someone in there that's named Chuck Johnson, and we don't know who that is, and you put Hugh Grant in there, Hugh Grant gets more pull, right? People are going to go see him. It's interesting. Wow, I've never seen Hugh Grant like that. I didn't know he could play that part. It's a money thing. It's not like discrimination against certain people in certain ways. And I think that's once the movie starts coming out, that's what people are going to be talking about. Maybe we could get back to
I'm
the movie.
looking forward to the movie. I think it's going to be great. That's young Willy Wonka. Can't wait. Okay.
We've all been clamoring for. That was a strange way to put it.